Nigeria's civil servants and public officers made a 2% donation from their monthly salary to the SAFR. Students skipped their lunch to make donations, and just in 6 months, in June 1977, the popular contribution to the fund reached $10.5 million.
You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yomiadu, and I'm the CEO of Europe Travels and Tours. I talk about Africa and African countries because I believe so much in Africa. Thank you. This is Travel Africa with Otumba Yomiadu. If you are yet to be part of this community, I want you to join us. Just hit the subscription button and also the notification bell. Try to put it on so at any time I drop my videos, YouTube will show it to you first. That is very, very important. In my last video, if you have not watched it, please, I want you to watch it. I will drop it, the link to it in the description of this video. I talked about two Nigerians that were shot, Adeyemi and Taiwo. Okay, they were shot by a South African guy. Okay, in that video also, a Nigerian also testified to what another Nigerian said, that a little child was poisoned. All that got me thinking. I was like, the relationship between South Africa and Nigeria was very, very good in the 70s and the 80s. What happened? What's, the love between these countries? How did it go bad? How did it go sour? It got me thinking, and I started making my research. The video you're about to watch, please, I want you to be very, very attentive, because you will hear some things. Honestly, you are going to hear some things, and after, I will come back to you.
A South African editorial called Nzingi. All right? And it says, in March 1960, 69 black people were massacred in Sharpeville, South Africa, by the white apartheid police. That same year, Nigeria successfully liberated itself from a 160-year British occupation. The new Nigerian leader, the new Nigeria's leaders' reaction to the Sharpeville massacre has changed everything in South Africa from then on. Here is a letter Nigeria's Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa sent to African National Congress, ANC militants on April 4th, 1961. And it says, Sir, Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Prime Minister, has directed me to thank you for your kind letter at this time, and must let you know that the battle against apartheid has just begun. This was in 1961. Okay. Immediately after sending the letter, Sir Balewa lobbied for the effective expulsion of South Africa from the Commonwealth in 1961. Beyond political support, Sir Balewa was the first leader to provide a direct financial aid to the ANC from the early 1960s. At the height of the liberation movement in the 1970s, Nigeria alone provided $5 million annual subvention to the ANC and the Pan-African Congress annually. In 1976, Nigeria set up the Southern African Relief Fund, SAFR, destined to bring relief to the victims of the apartheid regime in South Africa, provide education opportunities to them, and promote general welfare. The military administration of General Obasanjo contributed $3.7 million to the fund. Moreover, General Obasanjo made a personal donation of $3,000, while each member of his cabinet also made personal contributions of $1,500 each. All Nigeria's civil servants and public officers made a 2% donation from their monthly salary to the SAFR. Students skipped their lunch to make donations, and just in 6 months, in June 1977, the popular contribution to the fund reached $10.5 million.
A brother loving his brother, brotherly love, sisterly love. Look at that. The various supports that Nigeria gave to South Africa when South Africa was distressed. as in during the apartheid time. Now, we don't even want to talk about apartheid now. My concern is the love that Nigeria showed South Africa then. Then what happened to that love? What happened to the love? How come there is so much hatred between these two brothers, or let me say these two, loving brothers or loving sisters? What happened? What happened? What turned the situation around? Now look at Nigeria. In the last video, I saw a lot of comments. I read them all, although I didn't respond to everything. Amongst the things that were, suggested or that were said by South Africans was that, oh, Nigerians are bad, Nigerians are so corrupt, they are corrupting their people, they should go back to their countries. I agree with you. Nigerians are so corrupt. But the question is, was that the reason why the love stopped? Was that the reason why the love between South Africa and Nigeria stopped? I think we should see beyond our nose. We should see beyond that. Let us look into the root of it or the genesis of it. When these two countries, when they love each other, look at the contributions of our then head of state, retired Major General Olusegun Obasanjo. Look at his contribution, the contribution of Nigerian students, the contribution of Nigerian parliaments, the contribution of Nigerian civil servants and public servants. Maybe you didn't hear that very well. Let me play something again and I'll come back.
The military administration of General Obasanjo contributed $3.7 million to the fund. Moreover, General Obasanjo made a personal donation of $3,000, while each member of his cabinet also made personal contributions of $1,500 each. All Nigeria's civil servants and public officers made a 2% donation from their monthly salary to the SAFR. Students skipped their lunch to make donations, and just in 6 months, in June 1977, the popular contribution to the fund reached $10.5 million.
Did you see that now? Obasanjo's cabinet contributed some amount of money. Even Nigeria civil servants, they were donating 2% of their salary. The most emotional part of it was students, Nigerian students, skipping their lunch so that they could save some money to send to the government of South Africa. Look, this is the height of it all. This is pure love. So what happened to that love? I think Africans, we need to unite. We really, really need to unite. We should not allow anybody or any race to separate us. Let the brotherly love between us, let it continue. That doesn't mean those who are corrupt, we should spare them. No, that is not what I am saying. Those who are corrupt, we should give them the necessary punishment. Not just killing people, killing innocent children, killing people just anyhow. No, no. Those who are bad, they should be punished. But the love between these nations, Nigeria and South Africa, and the other 52 countries in Africa, that brotherly love should continue. We should not be haters of one another. No, we should be lovers of one another. Nigeria should love Ghana, Ghana should love South Africa, and so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. In the comments during in my last video, I saw somebody saying that South Africans were killing Zimbabweans, Somalians, Ethiopians, and the rest. No, this should stop. We are brothers. Let that love.
86 South African students arrived in Nigeria in 1976 following the disruption of the education system in South Africa. It happened after the massacre of 700 students by the white police, while the former were protesting against the decision by the apartheid regime to change their education language to Afrikaans. Hundreds of South African students have benefited from the fund's activity, having come Hundreds of South African students have benefited from the Front's activity, having come to study in Nigeria for free. Beyond welcoming students and exiles, Nigeria had also welcomed many renowned South Africans like Thabo Mbeki, former South African president from 1999 to 2008. He had spent 7 years in Nigeria from 1977 to 1984 before he left to ANC headquarters in Lusaka, Zambia. For South Africans who could not travel abroad because the apartheid regime had withdrawn their passports, Nigeria's government issued more than 300 passports. Along with fellow African countries, Nigeria lobbied for the creation of the United Nations Special Committee Against Apartheid and chaired it for 30 years, longer than any other country. Between 1973 and 1978, Nigeria contributed $39,000 to the UN Education and Training Program for South Africa.
Yes, guys, you see, 86 South Africans arrived in Nigeria in 1976 and they came here to study for free. This is love. And that is how it's supposed to be between all these African countries, especially between South Africa and Nigeria. So I want you to put it in your own opinion in the comment section. What do you think we should do for this love to continue? What do you think we should do? Please, I want you to write it in the comment section and let's have it together. I think Africa, we need to go forward. Enough of this massacre, enough of this killing. You understand? Enough of all this. Let's continue the way we started. So till I come your way again, I remain ever sincerely yours, Yomi Adu. Keep watching Travel Africa with Otuba Yomi Adu.